Okay, we're live. Yay. Okay, it's Sue Greenwald here with Awakened Stories. Today is April 24th, 2024, and I'm here with King Smarty. Hey, boss, how are you?
Fantastic. What's up?
Awesome, awesome. Well, it's been a little over a week since we've talked, so I'm sure a lot's been going on that we don't even know about. And do you have anything you want to tell us, or should I just go into Q&A first?
Yeah, let's go on the Q&A and whatever I got to add, I'll just add as we go.
Okay, so a couple of days ago, the consciousness level was raised 2 notches, 1 notch.
No, you're right. This morning, three more.
Oh, okay.
Right. Three more levels this morning. And when we did it, B got hit. Boom. So I had to clear him up right after we did it.
Okay. Okay. So so I've been getting messages from people the past couple of days. They're either getting slammed and can't move, they're tired and they need to sleep extra, or they can't sleep at all. So I'm assuming that is involved, that is pertaining to the consciousness increase, as well as maybe some missions that we're not aware of.
Well,
Okay.
just to give you guys an example, yesterday me and B fell asleep around 5 o'clock and we woke up
Yeah.
at 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, things are definitely moving forward and we're definitely working on multiple levels. And when that type of stuff happens, it's because we're gonna take some shit out.
Okay. Yeah. And so the other day you said, I think 4 major figures in the public eye were being taken out maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Watch
Right.
for that. So I don't know if we've seen that yet or not.
Well,
But
yeah, we saw one, but there's more. Um,
okay.
some of the ones, there was three of them that were behind the scenes that nobody really knew about. And if you see the headlines, like a certain figure was arrested or a certain figure is being investigated, 9 times out of 10 is because he's already dead.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of times I'll be with my mainstream friends and they'll be talking about a royal or this or that. I said, dead, and they'll be like, come back to reality. Well, those guys have been dead for years. But it's just trickling out like 4 or 5, whatever years later. Like, come on. So, well, I'm glad we're starting to see that.
Yeah, wait until that reality check hits them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, maybe I should call Sue back. She could have been right. Yeah.
Or maybe they'll just be in their fucking bathrooms spitting up in the toilet all day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. All right. So the RV, I had a question from someone that said she thinks some of her currency is counterfeit, but she has a loving heart. She said, will those counterfeit currencies be honored? I said they may be, but I didn't want to answer that question because we don't want people to go out and buy counterfeit stuff, on purpose.
Um, yeah, I got you. What Dad said to that is that they will honor it based on what they what 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 they
What they'll
feel
be
from
doing.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
yeah.
they feel from you and what Dad will allow.
Okay.
There is a lot of people that lost their currency and bought currency, but want to do the right thing. So if you go to your appointment and you got some, junk or, counterfeit, whatnot, um, depending on where you go, it'll be accepted.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. I mean, at this point, you guys shouldn't worry about anything anyway, because at the end of the day, Dad has everybody lined up and everybody taking care of each other. So it's not just going to be me. I have a whole army of people behind the scenes that are going to be financially extremely wealthy. So everybody at the end of the day, once they realize that I am who I am, the real deal, right? They're gonna follow what I say and do.
Right, right.
It's gonna happen by default, you know.
Yeah,
For a very long time, you know, people have been doing the wrong thing and in certain groups, and they don't care about nothing or no one. Look where all the taxpayers' money are going to fund Ukraine, fund Israel. All the money that they sent over there, we could have been living like, man,
kings. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
We could have been living wealthy like they're doing in Dubai and stuff like that. So
yeah,
the way we live in here is because of the dark satanic forces that infiltrated the U.S. and did the whole what do you how's Johnny Boy say it stolen identity stuff.
yeah.
And since Johnny Boy coming out with that book and his story, now we're hearing more and more stories of people that are being you know, robbed of their identity and losing all of their homes and assets because somebody took them out and replaced them and all the other bullshit. So
Right, right.
it's all happening. Full disclosure.
Yeah. The more, the more I talk to him, the more I understand a bigger picture again. Um, and basically, I was thinking about the lottery. We had talked about that a while ago. They say the proceeds go to older Americans or this or that or that, and people
Right.
spend tons of money on the lottery. But what if it's a cabal system? They make millions of dollars like every week or however often it's done. And then they pick a guy that wins the lottery, and then the guy loses the money, so they get the money, right?
Right.
I think that's what's been happening for years and years and years. And none of the money is actually going to any causes or real individuals. It's always a rigged game, you know?
Right. That's exactly what's been happening.
Yeah,
I mean, they've been
yeah.
doing it throughout
So
centuries.
yeah. So really literally nothing that we've heard about is real, you know?
Right. Right.
And still trying to grasp the scope of that. So Benjamin Fulford has he puts out a report every Friday, and about 2 weeks ago he was talking about the RV and the wealth transfer, and he's going to be involved and blah, 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 blah. Is he personally involved in the wealth transfer? Meaning, is he helping bring it about?
Well, I wouldn't say he is. He is a part of. He's, you know, Dad says he's still a part of the CIA or whatnot. So I take some of the stuff he says with a grain of salt. However, um, when it goes according to what Dad says, or what when I mean when when his reportings go along the lines what Dad has us working on, then
Yeah,
we'll reinforce it. If it doesn't, then we'll change it.
yeah,
Um, so at the end of the day, Dad is in full control of the wealth transfer, and there are multiple people around the world that are helping that people haven't, haven't had a clue about.
yeah,
Um, how so it doesn't really matter if he is or if he isn't. At the end of the day, they'll all have to, what do you call it? How you say, forfeit. That's what's happening. So even if they were a part of the wealth transfer and they do something stupid or wrong, then they forfeit everything, and
yeah,
um,
yeah.
we all know where it's going to after that.
Okay, okay. Well, over the years, his messages have become more, I feel like they're a little more truthful now than they were back then. Like they're more
Right,
fun to watch, but like he acts like he's the one like coordinating it all, and I'm like, I don't think so. But it's interesting to watch, you know. So
right, right,
so
right. So that's why, yeah, that's why we listen to all of them, and the only one that knows it all is Dad. And this is another reason why I don't care which one of them say what, who says this, who's going to send an army over there, who's going to do that, who's going to do that, because at any point in time, Dad would say, "Take that fool out," and I'm gonna take that fool out. So at the end of the day, who has the real power?
Daddy slash
And me,
you.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
the
that's
bottom line is go about your business and just trust that it's going to happen the way it's supposed to.
right, right, right. And everybody within the inner circle, they know that I don't care about what anybody says. I follow Dad's
Right,
orders.
right,
So
right.
that's why we get surprises here and there, right? Um,
Yeah,
and they're not necessarily surprises. If you listen to what I've been telling you for the last couple of months, you'll know that I said the shit will happen, right? All we have to do is now wait and see the bigger picture. Well, not the bigger picture, but wait and see the current events happen. So that's literally what we're doing, and that's why we're doing these videos, because we're going to keep
right.
doing what we do and expose everything. You know,
Right.
they want partial disclosure. No matter what group on earth that you guys follow, no matter what group, what agency that's out there, they don't want full disclosure, because full disclosure takes away their power, their abilities to
Oh,
stay in
right.
control of whatever the fuck they think they have control of, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Now, once everybody realizes that you don't have full control, you never will, and you'll have to right, you'll have to fall in line with what Dad says. And if you don't, there's a trigger finger, a itchy trigger finger, you know, guy that is willing to do what he's told to do. And
yep,
not only am I told to do, but I always request it. I always request it because I see certain things and I see the holdups. Um, just yesterday, while we're test driving a car boat, I was sitting there at the water, and in my mind I says, I had a question, and I asked B, was it yes or no? And the answer was yes to my question that I had asked, right? So then I went and told him, I says, well, since the answer is yes, the question was, do I have to kill all of these fuckers in order for them to release the wealth to the people? Um, that bad. That's what's happening. So
yay,
they're all done. No
good.
one will be in control of the wealth. Only me and Dad, or should I say, Dad and I. That being said, guess what happens? It's spreaded worldwide. Okay.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank
So
you.
that being said, it don't matter if you have fake currency, you're still going to be on top.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Good to know. Um, we recently went through our US tax day, April 15th. I think that might have been last week when I think we talked that day. And I got probably a
What is
joint,
that?
was it tax day? It's a
What is
not,
that?
yeah, it's not, it's a BS day, but it's funny because all my mainstream friends, that's all they talk about is taxes and their medications. I swear. And they try to say, oh, you're going to need all this. And I'm like, I'll never need any of what you're talking about. I can't even listen to it. But my question is, I'm getting a lot of questions about what to do about state and local taxes. And I wasn't sure what to say there to people, whether they should pay them or not. But in my opinion, they should pay whatever they need for their living, like their rent or whatever, their utilities. They should pay all of that until future notice. That's me. So they don't, have any trouble.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the
Yeah,
day, they're all getting that back too, because it's already been paid for.
yeah,
The problem is you're not being told that your
yeah.
TDA, your Treasury Direct account, your birth certificate has been paying everything off. So not only are they taking that shit and using it behind the scenes, but they're also making you pay up front, not realizing everything is paid for.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's messed
Yeah.
up. And
We,
you know,
yeah.
the mainstream friends are powering that shit.
Totally
Oof.
programmed. They don't understand. Even though I tell them all this stuff we talk about, they don't really have curiosity still. And, you know, I'm at the point where I'm not going to argue with them. I'm doing my thing anyway. And I said, I'll come back to you. I might look different, but when I start talking like this, you'll know it's me.
Right. Right. And that's going to be the reality check I was talking about earlier,
Yeah.
because they're going to have a reality check,
Yeah.
and they're going to realize that their reality was a whole lie.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
The fact that you're popping pills that do nothing for you other than to lower your vibrations so that the entities can grab a hold of you and keep you stupid as fuck, right? Because that's what you are. And then
Yeah.
when you when the pills are keeping you stupid as fuck, they're making you pay shit that you shouldn't have to pay for.
Right. Right.
Right? Our Father created us and created everything. So why are we paying for it all?
Yeah.
Shit don't make sense.
And in the US, you have to have health insurance or you pay a fee or fine or whatever. Like what? Shouldn't health insurance be optional, right? And yeah,
Only in the
they
US, right? Only in the
only
US.
it's insane. Like, and we were talking about insurance on the way over, and I said something like, if I didn't have to have insurance, I'd take it all away right now. And they were like, oh, don't you need full protection? And I'm like, no, I don't need any of that. They don't get it. So it's fun to kind of poke the bear a little bit when I talk to them, but it is shocking that they don't have the broader perspective.
Yeah, not only that, but you're paying for a planet where you were born on. You got all these other things happening around you that are free, and yet somehow they get you into their system, and then they give you credit cards. I had my banker tell me yesterday, how did you manage to do all this stuff without having a credit card or credit? Because my motto is, if I can't pay for something, I can't have it.
Right.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And then you're designing debit cards right now.
Yeah, debit. They don't say credit.
Debit cards, right. And they're very cool looking. I don't really care what they look like as long as they work, baby.
Cha-ching.
Okay. Question. What's going to happen to the perpetrators of rape, pedophilia, incest, domestic abuse, all of those bad things? Like, is every one of those persons going to be like eliminated, or what will exactly happen to them?
Well, it all depends on if it's a crime or not.
Okay.
Because incest is nothing but you sleeping with your sister or something like that, right?
Or a
Or
child.
or incest. I thought that was like in family breeding or some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it's pretty nasty. It's
yeah,
traumatizing.
I mean it is, but then you have to go back to biblical times. They were doing it back then, and um, that's something that we'll deal with when it comes. However, everything else will be there'll be death penalties for rape and shit like that,
Okay.
and it won't be like, you know it'll be like, all right, you got to go. You're done. You're gone. And there's ways to do things. There's ways to do things that will eliminate people and nobody will even have a recollection of them.
Oh, good.
So let's say things move forward into the future, like real forward into the future. Everybody has their abilities. Everybody knows how to do certain things. And we're riding down the road in this, and we see, because of our heightened senses, there's a child being molested, right? Okay, well, the child molester will get evaporated and everything will be cleaned up and we keep moving down the road. So nobody would even know that there was an incident back there that was dealt with.
So there's no trauma or negative repercussions, like that person will be dealt with. And okay, that's great.
Now,
Great to
now,
hear.
now, better yet, let's say we put it all in daddy's hands and daddy says enough of that. Let's say we put it in, let's say we put it in dad's hands and dad says enough of that. And then it's instant, pop, where nobody even has to be aware of it. They just gone.
Yeah.
Because he took that type of free will away from everybody, huh?
Yeah.
That'd be nice. We won't
I
have
like
to worry
that.
about it.
I like that plan because it's instantaneous and everyone's happy and they don't have to go through the trauma and the healing and all that other stuff. So yay, I like that idea. Okay.
Not only that, if we educate our children the proper way, especially their abilities and what they can and cannot do, then they can eliminate the perpetrator on the spot as well.
Awesome.
So that's the type of children that I'll be training, raising, and having, right?
Right. 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 Okay. We talked, there were some reports about the red hats, not the MAGA guys, but red hats mean like those that took the law into their own hand, or justice, I
The,
should say.
the
Yeah.
vigilantes, yeah.
Vigilantes. Are we gonna call them blue hats from now on? Is this will
No,
we no? We're gonna
no,
call them
we're the blue hats.
okay. Okay, so the
Yeah,
blue hats is your group. The vigilantes is another group.
yeah, but they still work for us. So
Okay. Yeah. Fun to read those reports, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
well, I've been saying it for the longest. We need to do what Putin's doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Everybody's giving Putin hell for doing things the way he's doing. Matter of fact, they hate him right now because he's letting people go see the Black Jesus in the oldest church there is. So,
Yeah.
and y'all know I like Putin and Putin loves me too. So
Yeah. Have you popped in on him?
all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, we protect him and we tell him that some of the meetings he had with some of the off-worlders that warned him about certain things was null and void. Um, some people just need an appearance or two, right? So that we can show them and tell them that this is not the way it was, this is not the way it is. Here's what we're going to do, and then we'll show them that we're for real. So,
Ooh.
a lot of things, a
Now,
lot of things.
is that the original Putin, the one we see there now?
Yes.
All right. Wow. Okay. So he's met with other groups before your group is what you're saying, and they've tried to mislead him a little bit. And you're like, nope, they're not the good guys.
They didn't try to, they did.
All right.
The
They did
same thing with the same thing with the US, right? The same thing with them making deals for, you give us advanced technology, we'll give you some of the humans to do your testing with.
Yeah.
So that type of shit. So that allowed it all so that we can get to the point where we're at because of all of the different groups and the different choice making and all that was always designed and always planned to be this way so that when I did pop up, nobody would believe me or take me serious. And the ones that did believe me and take me serious will be the ones that remain and get to work with us. Everybody else will be eradicated.
Cool. So he's really trying to bring the truth around. Like, so the war on Ukraine, when like we're like the US is like, well, Russia's the bad guy. Okay, they're attacking the people. But what he's really doing is targeting the labs, freeing the children. He's actually the good guy in the Ukraine war.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
if you notice, every time Dad has us put something out for Putin to do, he does it. Right? You guys notice it's true. And he's going to start exposing the fact that the reptilians have been behind all of this stuff. So expect that too. Now, I get it. There are some people that were taken out and cloned, right? Right? It's true. We all know this to be true. However, Dad can revive anyone and he can replace anyone with the original one because who was the creator? I thought so. This
Yeah,
shit is getting good, ain't it?
yeah. When
I
I
got
talk,
I got goosebumps. Woo!
I'll talk to somebody and I'll say, "Oh, this is probably going to happen, or this is going to happen," and they're like, "Well, that can't happen." And I'm like, "Listen, the creator can do anything. There are no limitations or rules. We might not even know it's been changed, right? We might not even have a memory. We might just wake up, we look different, we have a different society. We might not even know it. How are we going to know?" So interesting, isn't it?
I'm gonna make a new shirt right now. And it's
Mm.
gonna say, I don't limit the creator, you shouldn't either.
Yeah, yeah. But again, it's that very heavy religious programming, scientific programming, right? Whatever it might be. And even like watching TV, like every show about space is the same, you know,
Right.
cold, empty, you're gonna die pretty much. Yeah,
And the sad part is that some of these individuals they talk as if they're 100% accurate and they're not.
right, right.
Not one of them. Not even half.
Gonna be interesting to get the real truth. Okay, so this is a kind of a big question. So a few days ago, you put out a video about AI, how it's an ancient thing out in the universe, and it's created this reality, and it's kind of ruling us. It's created all the dark and satanic programs, etc. So I wanted to ask about that. Like we've talked about AI before, and you basically said, don't even think about it, don't worry about it, it's all under control. I mean, should we talk about it or?
Right, right, right. Well, it's fine. We can
Yeah,
talk about it.
yeah, yeah,
But it's simple. I just told you all that Dad created everything.
yeah.
Okay. Now you all have to understand what it all really, really means as far as when I say he created everything, everything is energy, everything is a frequency, right? Now, if Dad created everything and he created me with the abilities to literally evaporate anything, including planets, do you really think we're worried about some ancient AI? Remember, the AI is nothing but a computer-based consciousness with all types of information, and any AI robots are nothing but metal. Metal is nothing but energy as well. So you guys have to learn everything that I'm telling y'all and teaching y'all in order to understand why Smarty don't worry about nothing, because I work for Daddy and Daddy tells me what to do, and he created everything based off of energy. No matter how you look at it. The crazy part is that the AI even knows that they can't go against Daddy.
Wow.
Meanwhile, everybody's afraid of fucking AI when they should be afraid of not doing what Daddy wants them to do, because then I'll come along.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So does that help everybody, slow
Yeah,
down and relax?
yeah.
Because it should. Do I walk around saying, I mean, well, y'all not around me, but do I throw off any type of fear? Any like I don't worry about nothing.
No.
Why would I when I know my father is with me everywhere I go, right? And if I have to take care of something, that should have disappeared like that.
Yeah. That's why doing these videos is so good, because it makes everyone feel so, good, safe, protected, hopeful, whatever the words are. It's a good thing. Like we feel supported. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And you
Yeah.
know, there's lots of movies out there that literally show you guys what we can do as far as AI. There's one video where the guy starts meditating, right? He starts meditating, and by him meditating, he takes over all the AIs, the robots, and they start doing what he wants them to do. What makes you think we can't do it? What makes you think I can't do it? Right? There's so many things that we still haven't talked about and shared and even shown to people. And all of this is coming. All of it. All of it. There's nothing that the cabal, the dark forces on this planet and off this planet, anywhere in the universe can do to us at this point. That's why I had to put that message out yesterday or the day before, where, nothing or no one is above daddy. And daddy's knocking them down. And who you think he's getting to do it? Right.
Yep.
You don't have to believe me. I don't care. Y'all know I don't care at this point because I've validated everything, or should I say, Daddy has validated everything he told me, everything he made me do. And yes, he makes me do shit, things I don't want to do
Okay. Awesome. Well, I think that makes people feel better because, we do see these robots coming out in the public eye, and every software package that we use online or whatever, they've got a new AI feature that writes stuff for you and creates the graphics and does all the video for you. And I'm like, it seems to me almost like cheating, like write your own report or write your own paragraph or whatever. But everyone's using it and thinking it's good, but then when it gets too bad, people are afraid of it because it's going to take over, and we're seeing
well,
that too.
right. That's true. People do use it, and they should use their own creativity and all that. And I use it myself. Now, when I use it, I say, okay, Dad, let's create an image that you would like for me to share, and something that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then next thing you know, boom, there it is. Oh, this is real nice, right? And then there's some other AIs that you can see they're dark, and you just delete them, get rid of them.
Right, right.
So it's not a big deal. And just worry about daddy. Just worry about pleasing him. Yeah, just worry about doing what daddy wants you to do.
Yeah.
Healing and helping each other and stuff like that. Once you do the things that dad wants you to do, it's not that hard to see and understand that
Right.
there's nothing for us to be worried about. Nothing.
Good. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plus you got a crazy ass big brother who just likes to do shit too. So just text me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love to pop shit. Pop, pop, pop.
Got a question. I get this all the time. I get a lot of questions, and people want to know what truthers to listen to. And I'm like, I really can't even think of one other than you. You know what I mean? That someone that has honest and true intent. And there's pieces, some people have pieces of it, but do you have anyone else that you would recommend for truthful comment or content?
Well, it's kind of difficult because I don't just follow one person. I
One
don't
person.
follow.
Yeah.
I I'll just say this: follow everybody. And
Use
here's the
discretion.
reason. Right.
Yeah.
Here's the reason. When you follow everybody, then you'll know who's full of shit. And you also know who's legit. They may not have all the right information, right? But you'll know that they're trying. They're trying to. And you can also tell what category they lie in, lie in, or what category, what place that they fall in by the people they promote, the people they talk about, the people they have on, right? Because those of us of the light, we're not going to do an interview with somebody who's pure darkness.
Right.
Or we're not going to promote, you know, yeah, go Israelis. No, we don't do that shit. We obviously see what the fuck is happening, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would recommend you guys to follow everybody, listen to what everybody got to say. And then once you do that, then you place them in the category that they belong. Because that's what I do.
Okay.
And to be honest, I'm so busy doing daddy's work and putting things in play, I don't even search people's shit. Somebody will send me something and I'll look at it and dad will tell me, don't worry about that. Just hit it. Okay. Watch
Yeah.
this. Watch
Yeah.
that. This guy's got some good supplements.
Yeah.
Take that, order this, order that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll share it. A lot of the times I'll share the stuff just for that, just so you guys can watch it. You can see when I share certain things, it's exposing them or it's validating what I said.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Good
at the end of
advice.
the day, yeah, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, we're all going to find out who's full of shit and who's not. The
Right.
bullshit is literally going to fade away because nobody's going to want to participate in it no more, including your fucking taxes and your medication.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so basically watch and learn, basically. Watch and see how it feels. And sometimes something new can feel upsetting. And that doesn't mean it's not true, but you have to develop your discernment. All right.
Right, right. And you also have to keep in mind, why did this take place? What's going to happen after this? And then
Yeah.
when you do that, you'll realize, oh shit, so that happened because this needed to happen. Know how I say we have to expose them before I can.
Yeah. Yeah. And that leads to another question. I'm always getting, well, why has this happened? Why has that happened? And like, why are people from January 6th still in jail and no one's doing anything? Are, they still bombing in Gaza? Whatever it might be. It's to expose the bad guys, right? So they
Right,
basically expose themselves so that the team of light can come in and sweep them up. And we know who the good guys are and the bad guys are, kind of.
that's right, that's right,
Yeah.
that's true. That is true. That's very, very true.
Yeah. So the dark forces have free will just like we do. And so daddy has seen what they've done with their free will, and they're still hurting people and still greedy and still whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so that allows the light forces to come and scoop them up and get them out of there. But the problem is, though, we're not seeing it in the mainstream media. So things happen, but we don't see it happen, so we don't know about it. So yeah,
You
they're the
got a
worst.
bunch. You got a bunch of slow ass mainstream friends.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to happen when all of this shit just all of a sudden happens, right? Not only will you have people running to the churches, but you'll have people dying before they get to the fucking church.
Okay.
Which is another reason why the great intimidation that is known and how I want it to happen. The reason why it hasn't happened is because we want to educate as many people as possible before it does. This is why you've seen over the last 4 or 5 years the increase of all of the ships. And it started happening when I got here and opened up portals. Okay. So if you haven't been following me for that long, go look at all of my old stuff and you'll see that I was in the basement with fucking flies, roaches, rats, and all that shit, right? And I've been telling y'all that I gotta go to Destin, Florida to open up a portal and start this shit. And that's
Right.
exactly what I did.
Right.
So
Yeah. And so I took some screenshots. I think I had like 16 or 20 something, and I put them together in a slideshow, which is on this channel, of the day you walk down to the beach. So I watched that live through the Destin webcam, and it was crazy.
right.
Like the stuff coming through and of course I didn't think to record or do any of that, and I took a few screenshots for my own memory, but it was so interesting and insane. And someone else had sent me something that she had recorded as well, so that was a real thing, and we have that on video.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you're right. We're seeing more and more ships out there, daytime, nighttime, whatever. We're seeing more and more video of, we'll call them creatures, beings, whatever. People are capturing more and more. That opens more and more eyes as time goes on, right? We believe more when we see it on video. Yeah, yeah,
Unfortunately, that whole see it to believe it thing exists,
yeah,
right? So that's why we're doing it that way, and we're doing things behind the scenes that people
yeah,
they don't even need to see because it don't really matter to them
yeah,
anyway, right?
yeah,
So um, not only us, but there's multiple forces doing things behind the scenes, which is why they think I'm a nuisance because they want to do things their way, and it's like you think you could do this better than your creator? Is that what you're saying? So a lot of those individuals are also being eliminated. You got these military think tanks thinking they can do a better job than dad, and they get themselves in trouble, and then they come up missing. And then everybody points the finger at me, and that's like, what? I didn't do nothing. I didn't even leave my house.
Prove it, right? Prove it. Yeah. Well, you're the trickster. That's the one, that we've talked about that before. They know you're
Yeah.
out there. And so maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago, you showed helicopters circling your house. Yeah. So
CIA.
yeah, they know where you are. They're monitoring you. But that same day, my daughter texted me and said fighter jets all over Florida for the past 2 or 3 days. They
Mm-hmm.
saw
Yep.
tons of them. So something's going on.
Yep. 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 Even my the closest Jedi's had the helicopters over their house as well.
Yeah,
So at the end of the day, Dad had me change them, and now they work for us.
good.
So you want to fuck around, you're going to find out.
Yeah.
And that shit, that ain't
Yep.
even a joke. That's not even a joke. That's real. Like, okay.
Okay. So what is the current status of Israel?
Well, they're I mean, the only ones that's keeping that going is the media, like I've been saying.
Yeah.
They even faked the Iran, you know, the
Bomb.
Iran bombing and all that shit. It's fucking
Yeah.
fake. These guys
Yeah.
lost already.
Yeah.
They don't want you to know because they're still funneling money, right?
Yeah.
So everything that I said is still on. They surrendered. They surrendered to the people in the area. Benjamin and all that. I mean, well, yeah, BB and all them are on the run, and they're being hunted down, and they will be caught, and they will be executed. And we could have did it. We could have did it my way, just evaporate.
Yeah.
But But if you guys remember, I've been telling you guys, in order for some of these hardcore gangsters around the world, um, like the triads and the mafia and all these different groups, in order for them to get their place or what do you call it? Redeem themselves with dad, they're the ones that have to go out and do the things that he wants them to do, which they've been ordered to do and which they are carrying out.
Okay.
So that's still happening. And the mainstream media is about to hit, we're about to hit the switch on everything. And we're going to expose the tunneling system everywhere across the board. It's all been documented, recorded, and all of that is coming out too. All of it is coming out. All the recordings, all of the recordings. You're freezing up, so I'm gonna repeat this.
Oh,
All of the, all of the tunnel system has been recorded. It's all coming out. All the truth about everything. The human trafficking, the child trafficking, sacrificing, eating. Um, all of it's coming out everywhere, everywhere. And then once we do hit the switch on the media, you're going to get all the truth. And at the same time, we'll be uncloaking worldwide. So expect it because it's happening.
wow.
Yeah. I want it done more than you guys do. I've been doing this for a long time.
Wow.
I mean, I'm only 500 plus billion years old. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's a long time to be working on a project, dude.
Tell me about it.
Well, it sounds like though you've only focused on Earth a few, whatever, million. I don't know. I'm picking a number.
Yeah, yeah. It's this galaxy has been messed up for a couple of billion. I'd say a couple of bill, maybe 10, 20 billion. Because you had all the different wars in space, the Ryans, the Palladians, Martians, and the Draconians and all this stuff. They've been going back and forth, and for some reason they didn't want to get along with people, and then they wanted to do things their way, and then they wanted to create all of these different religious groups to harvest people's energy along with their bodies and all that stuff. And they thought they can do better than dad, right? And all they did was lose their position in the circle of life, where they're now going to be stuck on an island for ever.
Like Pebble Valley, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they've caused a lot of chaos, pain, and suffering. Like, just look at there's so much here on Earth that we don't even know about
Right.
and what's happened. All the pain, suffering, death, all of that, the loss of potential, you know what I mean? Like, look at JFK Jr., okay? Like, they basically took his potential from him. Like, he's a great person and all of that. But think of what he could have been without all the stuff he went through
Right.
and the life he could have lived. They've
Think of
taken potential.
right, but and not just him. Think about where we all could have been as a society,
Yeah,
as a human, human body,
yeah,
as a
yeah,
planet, right? And they're constantly doing things like this and messing people up.
yeah,
They also attempt to do things against me, and that daddy factor kicks in,
yeah,
right? For instance, I talk about these certain devices that we're getting ready to release to the world.
yeah.
They've already made plans to um, eat, make my stuff illegal.
What?
Yeah, they've made plans to make my stuff illegal, which will further expose them and will allow me to eliminate them in the public. Because here's what people have to understand. Everybody that's come out with all of these different cool inventions throughout the centuries got robbed, killed, assassinated, inventions taken away, all that stuff. They can't do that to me. They won't. They can't. So what they do is they try to do all of this other stuff legally against me. Mind you, we all know their legal system is corrupt, created by them.
Right.
So it doesn't work. It doesn't work against me because who created you and who allowed you to create that bullshit?
And how can you regulate against a non-mechanical technology? It's
This
non-mechanical. You don't plug it in the wall, there's no moving parts. How can you really legislate against that?
well, they'll make up some shit like they always do, like demon face.
That's like the name of a guy in a Marvel movie. A demon face.
Well, I got a text message about 11 years ago telling me that I should go work with them and leave the pathetic humans alone, right? And I see the fucking guy because I can remove you. And this dude looked like a fucking lizard, a military outfit looking like a fucking Draco. And I said, why would I work with you who's degrading my fellow human brothers and sisters? Go away.
Well, I didn't know that.
I don't tell everybody everything.
You should. No, but we were talking about potential. All right. So we've got the pain and suffering, the death, the torture, the killing, and all that. But just think of like an average person, a middle class person that goes about their business. Like they lead a life of, quiet desperation. They're in a job they don't love. They've got to do it to live. Prices are going up. Like there's no fun and there's no joy in their life. They're sick, they're this, they're that. Like look what they're doing to the average person. So pretty much everyone on earth that's ever been on earth has been kind of affected by this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
everybody,
the pain and
lots of
suffering.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people, lots of people.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
I,
loss
I
of
give,
potential.
I'll
Yeah.
give you an example over here at the resort that I'm going to purchase. Right, Dad said it already belongs to me. The people that own the resort are into witchcraft. They're into doing all this cabal shit. They're
Mm-mm.
doing all this satanic child trafficking shit over here, right? And we got evidence of it all. And one of the employees there, I told them about him, and they said, "Man, I don't want to be a part of this shit, but I have to pay my bills, right? I don't want to work for these type of people. We got evidence of what they're doing." And he says, "I don't want to work for this. I don't want to work for these people, Smarty. Can you please hurry up and buy this place?" I says, you know, we gotta expose them. Daddy says the place belongs to me, and they're going to give it to me, as in, here you go. You can buy it now. You got these little, you got these guys running around in these gay robes and shit, talking about send us some money for some chicken blood and shit like that, knowing damn well it's not chicken blood. Then, then they don't even like each other because they're dark, so they're always constantly fighting each other. These people in this area gotta go, and they're going to go one way or the other.
Wow. I would have thought your energy would have pushed them out by now. But again, it
Oh,
has to, yeah,
it is. It is.
yeah,
It has to play out in a certain way.
yeah.
I literally run around this area, and everybody that's sitting in their little seances, we explode. Boom!
Yeah. Yeah.
Next thing you know, a house goes up for rent, or I mean, for sale. I wonder why. Because people done got fucking taken out, and nobody knows where they're at. Shit like that's happening.
Okay.
So, in a sense, we're cleaning it, and then after it's fully cleaned, we're going to increase the energy, and people in the area are going to fade away because they won't be able to, uh, um, you know, withstand the blows, the love and light blows. Plus, we're going to be multiracial in the area. You know, it's literally going to be a mecca of the West, where like-minded people that love each other um, are going to spend the rest of their lives, which is a very long time,
Okay, good.
in peace, beautiful beaches, kids can play. Nobody have to worry about their kids disappearing, coming up missing, none of that shit,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So I told a lot of people what's happening in the area, and then they said I'm crazy. Meanwhile, you got this fucking dark satanic Taylor Swift talking about timeshares and destiny. Wait, what? And the cool part is everybody in Destin is sharing that song on all of their Destin videos. But if you read the comments, they're like, no, don't bring that bitch over here. Stay out of here.
Yeah, keep her out of the bubble, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
So I'm like, yes, come,
yeah,
yes, come.
yeah.
That was also a message for all the dark ones to let them know where I was at.
Oh, okay.
So that was like a double-edged sword, if you would.
Oh,
So now you got all of them pointing at me.
okay. It's inconceivable. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So here where I live, there's a restaurateur who owns 9 high-end expensive restaurants. And I'm talking super pricey, like, we I wouldn't go there anyways, but
right.
she is satanic. She's into child trafficking. And there's select people around that know it. But when I talk to, again, the mainstream people, they're like, oh, well, she's very unpleasant and this and that, but she's not into that. Well, how do you know? You don't follow anything. So here in this little town, I know of someone that I'm sure that's how she got the money for the restaurants. And
Well, that's
yeah,
another reason. That's another reason why they're doing all of these other types of ways to increase the spending or increase,
yeah,
because they're losing their funding with the child trafficking shit. You're talking
yeah,
about $1 billion industry that's taking a massive blow.
yeah, yeah,
So since we're taking away that money, they have to do all this other shit just to stay afloat.
right.
However, since they were involved in that in the first place, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. Even the people that I pay for some of the property in the area won't even live long to spend the fucking money.
Mhm. Okay, that's good news.
It's great
Good.
news. The
Yeah.
people that I'm surrounded with right now has witnessed the cannibalism, has witnessed everything. And daddy's brought them to me for specific tasks or specific reasons. And everybody that daddy wants to be here will come here. Everybody.
Okay.
In the part in the Bible where it says Jesus is coming back to establish the kingdom.
Yeah.
But what do you think is happening?
Yep. Just a modern day. It's modern day.
The galactic gangster takes no
Yep.
shit.
Yep. So beautiful. So basically, everyone will get their reward, whether it be good or bad, right? So as you sow, so shall you reap, right? And so, basically, daddy/you take care of that, judgment and what the punishment will be.
That's right.
So all we have to do is live happy lives and help others, really.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we know a lot of celebrities that fake their death. And that's presumably to get out of the club, the satanic club. All right.
Right.
And we'll be seeing many of them come back fairly soon. Um, there's one in particular that I wanted to know, like where he, like what's the delay there? So Michael
Fear,
Jackson, what
fear,
is fear? They're afraid of being, pursued.
right?
Okay.
They especially him. He's the most famous one of all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So fear. So Dad is having us remove that shit from him, and he's always constantly keeping up with Florida because that's his baby. Um, I sent him a message the other day, told him, listen, man, you need to come out of hiding and come take care of your fucking kids over here, Spe- especially Lydia.
Dude. So he's well aware of them and he's watching, but why isn't he like helping Lydia support her in a way?
Um, Again, it's fear, paper trails, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
these guys,
Okay.
they had a rough life, and they experienced some rough shit too.
Mm.
Um, so the only good answer I can say is just fear.
Okay.
And then the ones that are protecting them tell them things like, if you come out in the public, we can't no longer help you. We can't protect you no more, right? So my message to all of y'all is the most powerful creator in the universe is Dad, God, source, creator, whatever. And he protects you when you make the right decisions. So stop being a bunch of bitches and come on out.
That's right.
Look how I operate. I don't
Yeah.
operate in fear, right? I'm ready to fuck anything up coming my way. Pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
Yeah.
Whether it's with this or with this, I'm ready to go all the time. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. So I was just wondering, like,
That's
you
what
know,
it is. That's what it
okay.
is.
All right. And I
Yeah.
can understand. So, like, from our perspective, we see someone on the cover of a magazine or whatever that's rich and famous. We think they live these great lives. All right.
Puppets.
They've got money and yeah, but they can't go out in public. They can't spend money the way they want. They're not free. They're not
Right.
free.
Right.
And
That's
yeah.
another thing. That's another thing. When you go into behind the scenes and you live the life of faking death and all that, you're not
Yeah.
surrounded by that shit no more.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we all seen what happened with Ryan Garcia boxing, right? They were paid to go Devin. They were all paid to make sure Devin wins. At the last minute, Daddy said, hit the fight and make it go my way. I'll send you. I think I posted it. I'm not. I don't.
You put a picture out and then you said the fight was fixed or something, but I don't know what you said, but you implied that you had unfixed it.
Right. So that's why you see the people, just like fucking when Trump won, all of Hillary Clinton's camp was like.
Yeah, yeah. Something happened. Yeah.
So the ref was paid off. The score count keepers, whatever the fuck you call them, they were all paid off. So anyway, Dad made it go the way that he wanted it to go, and he also had us put protection around Devin and his peoples because they're planning to take everything from him.
Oh.
Yeah, houses, cars, all that. They're getting ready to take it from him.
Oh.
If Dad decides otherwise. For right now, his life is protected. His life is protected. If it wasn't for Dad having us do what we do, he'd be gone too.
So right now he's kind of a puppet.
He is a puppet.
Yeah. So he's a performer. He's got to do this. He wins in name. probably his money and all of that stuff is controlled or taken from him in some fashion. Yeah.
Just
Wow.
like Mayweather. Just like Mayweather. He's a fucking puppet. Why you think he was over there in Israel putting that faggot ass shit on his head? Looking like a condom.
Oh my God.
So,
Okay.
so, so these guys are puppets, and they do what the puppet master tells them to do. And if they don't, they loot. They take everything from them.
Right.
These are the behind the scene guys like Lucian. Are they're dealing with these type of guys.
Right.
These are the same individuals that Kanye was talking about, right?
Yep.
The
Yep.
same individuals that are throwing Puffy under the bus. However, Dad wants Puffy to expose them, and he is. He wants everything exposed. I don't understand what part of full disclosure don't everybody understand.
Yeah.
Full disclosure means that. It means full disclosure, everything, every fucking thing, everything.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, that's all you saw in social media was these reports about this or that videos and blah 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 blah. People coming forward. It's really died down a lot, but it's still being exposed behind the scenes. He's still singing like a canary and bringing in the other perpetrators.
Yeah, it's gonna pick up again.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, everything
Yeah.
is, including what I do.
Yeah.
We do what we do. We enforce certain things to happen, and then we chill back and allow the process. And then something else pops up, and then pop, 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 pop. We enforce that, and then we chill back again. That's the story of my life forever,
Mm.
ever, ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. So like I get a lot of questions like, why aren't we seeing this or that? We are seeing it, but the biggest problem right now, I think, obstacle is the mainstream media. It's not being shown there. So unless you're looking for it out there, you don't see what's really happening, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And let's see now the real way to be at peace with everything is to get more connected to daddy, right? The more you start doing what he wants you to do and relaxing and letting go and realizing that he's in control of everything, then you'll see things take place. Now if you're in the mode like, I need money, I need money, I need money, I need money to do this, I need money to do that, guess what's going to happen?
You won't
You're
get it.
blocking the money. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not getting shit.
Yeah.
So this is why I have to explain certain things to certain people in the way that I do, kind of like a fucking kindergarten. Um, like if you want to talk a certain way all the time, people are not going to want to hang around you. If you want to have a negative look at everything, I'm definitely don't want to be around you, right? If you
Right.
want to interfere with me doing what daddy wants me to do, you are not going to be around me at all. At all. So what I suggest everybody do is to sit back, get closer to dad, ask him what he wants you to do. If you don't have a strong connection with him, use a pendulum. I've taught you guys how to do multiple things. Get stronger, look at all the videos, go to Source Directives YouTube channel. The videos are still up, and just keep practicing, keep
Right.
working, keep
Right.
doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because once you get to where we're at, you'll realize that dad does control everything, and that the stuff that we're worried about isn't really nothing to worry about. And he provides everything. I was just telling somebody how I give and I help everybody, and I don't expect nobody to do anything for me because dad replaces it. Just by me knowing that dad replaces it, I do it, and he does all the time.
Right. Right.
All the time. I don't worry about nothing. That's just how it is.
Yep. Awesome.
Not to mention, we're like inches and days and away from the ultimate wealth transfer that everybody talks about. We're really that close. Really, really that close.
Okay. That's exciting news. It feels close. Like a lot of people, we message and we're like, it's gonna be any day now. But you can feel the energy of things moving, and it's faster and faster and stronger. It's very
It is.
exciting. It's really
It is.
exciting.
It is. Is very, very exciting. I mean, just the fact that those of you have participated in the historical assets and y'all seen how real that is. Just the fact that y'all did that, it's like, oh shit, now I understand why I had to go through all this other shit to get to here.
Yeah.
So we still have a bunch of historical assets available. If you're interested, contact me so we can get you into these programs. Um, if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. You'll still be taken care of anyway. So
Right.
there's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of cool new equipment coming out. The chambers, the carpet is laid out for the chambers, and they will appear any moment now. I keep checking. I keep checking the location. Like, are they there yet? Are they there yet? The Pitholum balls just got here.
Yeah.
The bigger ones, they just got here. Um, the crowdfunding is not doing as well as it should be, or as well as it was in the beginning, which I also understand why, because I had a big following on Telegram, and next before the Israelis decided to do a genocide, they shut down my Telegram first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I still believe I'm the only one that they shut down, by the way. Uh, so, at the end of the day, Daddy's doing all this stuff to me, for everybody else, or for us, for everybody else, because we as a strong group of loving brothers and sisters are and who is restoring the earth and this realm, this world. Okay, so instead of worried about this and that happening, let's focus on what we can change with our hearts and our energy and the method that I taught y'all. Because at the end of the day, once you got that method down pat, we can move mountains.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's real. It's very real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention, we got the manifestation rings and bracelets that are getting ready to hit the world. We got them already. So even if you don't trust your own abilities, they have the energies and frequencies to do what we're doing. And those of you that already took the training, you're only going to be stronger. And you already know they're nothing but tools to get you to where you need to be.
Right.
So much fun.
Whenever I go into public, sometimes I'm just doing my thing, but then I'll look around, I look at people, they all look really, not good, not healthy. And I just set all my jewelry to maximum stun Sulu, like maximum power, maximum range, heal everyone, So whenever I bebop around, I'm helping people,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And when I know I'm going into a crowd, I bring the wands and the other devices, so it's really exciting that it's very passive and easy. We don't have to like consciously do a thing. Now, if we know someone needs a specific thing, we can heal them as well. But it's really exciting to have the tools. They're beautiful and you can feel the energy. They feel good and they're fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And they can't be stopped.
Yeah.
It can't be stopped. And you can't stop the text messages of a photo going through. So why not send somebody a healing hologram?
Yeah. Yeah. And I give like the cheater's way of laminating. I'll print them out in a baggie and give little baggies of them. I'll say just tape them under your kitchen table, put them in your pantry closet or whatever, and or unless there's a specific issue, and people do it, and they do feel a difference, but they don't understand it. So it
Right.
doesn't cost a lot of money to do. It costs really nothing, but you can use the healing tools any way you like. So it's
Yeah,
really good.
you can, if you don't want to spend anything at all and you want to try it,
Yeah.
go on to the website, take a screenshot of one of the free downloads. Any one of them, you can go up to your car starts steaming within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That shit is free.
Yeah.
And that'll show you that it's real.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
So I've been fighting all of this shit. Fighting the people's own consciousness and their own mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
And last time I checked, I never lose.
Well, the programming is really strong. We grew up and our parents, the school, our neighbors, everyone reinforced that programming. The religious groups, the this, the that, science, the movies, everyone's reinforced the programming. So I understand how hard it is to break out. But it just always surprises me when people aren't curious. They don't even realize that there's another way, but that's on them, you know.
Yeah, well, put yourself in my shoes a couple years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, man. You're crazy. This is witchcraft. This is this, this is that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. And look, it's getting, you can feel the energy moving faster, it's getting stronger, it's getting higher vibration. It's all good. All good. Yeah. It feels kind of like we're at a good breaking time.
Yes, we are.
All right. So I thank you for your time and of course all you do for us. And I
Mhm.
appreciate all the answers. And for those of you that don't know, Smarty will tell me, okay, let's do a video today at 2 Central Time. And I am the one that's whipping up the questions based on what I'm getting in. He doesn't know the questions in advance. So I'm popping some things off and he doesn't know what's coming, but he always has the answer. And I've been shocked sometimes when I hear these answers. It's very exciting, but many people report when they watch these videos, they feel good after. The energy is good. So that
That
should
that's
be a
that.
good clue.
Yeah, that's that love and light, baby. That's just contagious. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you said there's 24 more hours to buy on for crowdfunding Pithlum 5.0,
Yeah.
right? 24 more. So this is the regular Pithlum, but if you want to get one, go on to smartiescorner.com or the Company of Heaven like pronto and put your order through so you can get, the preferred pricing. So
Yeah, and these products, some of them are only going to be made once. So that's going to increase the value just that alone, right?
yeah, yeah.
And if you notice, I have sale prices, right? That's changing as well because all of you crybabies out there who can't afford it will be able to afford it, and you're going to have to pay me now.
Okay. All right.
And the best part about it is the funding will go to helping other people like I do every day.
Right. Right.
Every day, every day, every day. You know, I got nice things, yes, but most of my money goes to helping people. And
Yeah.
and anybody around me will tell you that this is true.
Well, I've seen it in action, but also if most of us have ordered stuff from your website, you've always included free prizes like extra stickers or whatever. And when you first started the crowdfunding, we got little gifts and thank you cards. It was like totally unexpected, but beautiful. So you're always extremely generous with everything you've done. And I thank
Right.
you for that. Like people don't realize you don't have to do any of that. Other companies
No,
don't do that, you know?
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. So
Okay.
anyway,
All
we're
right.
good. Yep,
Thank
we're
you.
good. We can do another one maybe Friday, Saturday. We'll see what happens.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so
All right,
much.
love all you guys. Keep up the tagging and bagging. Pa pa pa. Let's go.